Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 worst Nickelodeon movies, in my opinion. So yeah, in my last video I did the top 10 best Nickelodeon movies. Now it's time to do the worst. Here's the top 10 worst Nickelodeon movies, in my opinion. My opinion. Remember, it's all opinion. Alright, so let's get to it. And before top 10 list, you gotta have your dishonorable mentions. My dishonorable mentions are Rango. Yeah, I know, it wasn't all Nickelodeon, but they had a hand in it, and I know a lot of people love it. I can't stand that movie. Just opinion. Nacho Libre, and Imagine That. Guess that's it. So yeah, those are my dishonorable mentions. Just give me the top 10 list. But my top 10 is my number 10. My number 10 is Barnyard. Anyone remember this movie? I certainly hope not. This movie is ugly as it is juvenile. It is just dumb movie. It has a big cast. It's like Kevin James and other actors. All I don't remember is Kevin James, actually. I haven't seen this movie in like 10 years, but I remember Kevin James because he's the lead in this film, and it's ugly. The animation is atrocious. The story is stupid. It's juvenile. I don't even think kids would even find this movie fun and enjoyable. It's just wrong in every sense of the level, and yeah, it's awful. So yeah, number 10. Conan number 9 is Clockstoppers. Yeah, if you grew up in the 2000s, you know this one. I was a little older when this movie came out. I was like 12-ish, and yeah, this movie looked dumb, and I did see it, and it was dumb. It was dumb. Jesse Bradford. Jesse Bradford was like a thing in the late 90s and 2000s. He's not a thing anymore, but he was always like a thing, and I don't know why. Just don't make Jesse Bradford a thing. He was awful in this movie. It's basically about this kid. He wants to get a new car, but his dad won't let him and stuff. Then he finds this watch that, like, slows time down and stuff. It's like a watch that it was invented and everything, and yeah, it's as dumb as it sounds. It's not. They could have done a lot with this idea and concept, and there could have been a lot of great comedy in this movie, but it's just kind of boring, unfunny. The characters are uninteresting. The dialogue is just, it's exposition. It's not enjoyable. Like, even as a kid, like, I found this movie so boring, and just, yeah, definitely was never a fan of this one, and yeah. Conan number 8 is Hotel for Dogs. It's exactly what it sounds like. Hotel for Dogs. Yeah, I guess it's harmless for kids, boring as fucking shit for the adults. I remember it has like Jake T. Austin and Emma Roberts in this movie, and they have a hotel for dogs. It's so cute and enjoyable. I guess if you love dogs, you might find this a cute, harmless film. For me, I just find it boring, dull, and not needed. The writing isn't that great. The direction isn't that great. None of these characters are enjoyable. There's nothing in it for adults, so why bother watching it? Conan number 7 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, the Michael Bay one. Well, Michael Bay produced it. This is the 2014 film, by the way. Out of the Shadows was much better. I don't think that movie was all that great, but it was much better. This is a fucking garbage film. Other than the elevator scene, that boom, that scene's great. It's like 30 seconds. Rest of it, fucking garbage. That scene stopped it from being at like number 1 or 2. But the rest of this movie is garbage. The CGI is ugly. Megan Fox is an awful April O'Neil. Why would they even cast her in this movie? Will Arnett is awful. He's a great actor, but he's terrible in this movie. He's just like this perverted guy that follows April O'Neil around. I didn't like any of the Ninja Turtles. They weren't enjoyable. Splinter looks like shit in this film. Shredder is not a villain. He's just some, goofy guy that wants to stop the turtles. Then he goes into Mecha Shredder and stuff. It's as dumb as it sounds, and yeah. Again, Out of the Shadows was still not a good movie, but at least it was better than this. This was just a shit fest of a film, and yeah, it's right there with like Ninja Turtles 3 as like a garbage Turtles film, and yeah. If you haven't seen it, skip it. Conan number 6 is Fun Size. Fun Size. I bet no one's probably heard of this film. For good reason. It's fucking dumb. Victoria Justice. Yeah, y'all might know her from her shows. Was it? I know Zoe 101 was a show she was in. I know she was in another show. Again, that's way beyond. I was like 18 when these shows came out, so I don't fucking know. But yeah, Victoria Justice. She's not good. She can't carry a film. Like, I don't know what else she's been in other than this and Zoe 101, but she cannot carry a movie, and she's awful in this film. And this is basically about a girl. She wants to go to college. She wants to show her parents she's an independent woman and everything. Her parents are bickering and everything. Just take her brother out trick-or-treating. Oh yeah, it's a Halloween movie. It's not a coming-of-age story, which it should have been. It should have been just a straight coming-of-age story. But no, it's a Halloween movie, taking her brother out trick-or-treating and surviving the night and stuff, and oh god, it's so unfunny. This movie tries to be hilarious, and it just fails embarrassingly so. Like, every joke is a failure. None of these characters are interesting. They're all so one-note characters, and Victoria Justice is just... She tries to show, like, oh, she's just she's an independent, strong female character, and she's not. She's an irritating teenage girl. She's irritating in this film, and her acting in this movie is bad. Just every sense of the way bad. And the message in this movie is so half-assed. Everything about this movie just sucked for me. Just, ugh. I never saw this movie. I watched this a few weeks ago, again, to prepare for these lists, and, it was a slog to get through, and yeah, couldn't stand it. Coming in number 5 is Good Burger. Yes, welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order? Yes. The SNL crew. Stick to SNL, especially you, Kenan Thompson. You're hilarious, super funny in SNL, and you're great in the Mighty Ducks movies, but not in this fucking film. Good Burger. I hated this movie as a kid, and I still to this day fucking hate this movie. This movie is just like, this is like an Adam Sandler kind of comedy. That's how bad the comedy in this movie is. There's like Sinbad in it as well, and he can be funny too, but he's irritating in this film. Everyone, Abe Lagoda is in this fucking film too, from Godfather. I'm like, oh my god. It's bad. So basically about this kid, he wrecks his parents' car, and he wrecks his principal's car just to get a job, to prepare for the to fix the damages. There he meets Ed, this annoying character and shit, and basically he becomes friends with him. They have to compete against this other burger place called Mondo Burger. Yeah, it's basically a competition between the Good Burger, Mondo Burger, and everything, and just a lot of shit happens. They go to like a mental institution in one scene. Then the Mondo Burger tries to poison their sauce. Yes, that's how deadly this competition is. They want to kill the customers and stuff. It's super wacky and over the top, and it could have worked, again, if it was funny, but it's not. Every joke is awful. Like, there's nothing funny about this movie, and it's painful to watch. It is painful. I know there's a cult following for this film, which is fine, but can't stand it. Coming number 4 is Snow Day. Snow Day. I'll admit, I kind of liked this movie as a kid. I watched it when I was like about 10 or 11 years old when it came out, and I kind of dug it. I kind of like this movie. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I was always a fan of Snow Days and stuff. Watching it now, I haven't watched it since I've been a kid. I watched it again like a week ago. It's awful. This movie is bad. Like, these characters are corny and cheesy. Like, the older brother in this movie is like the creepiest character. He's just trying to impress this girl and try to get this girl to like him. And the stuff he knows about her is so creepy. And she thinks it's charming and, he knows so much about me. Like, the fact that he knows so much about you is fucking creepy. And he is the creepiest character in this movie. I'm just like, this guy is like a stalker. Like, he's gonna be on an episode of To Catch a Predator, I think, one day. He is just, The little girl in this movie is also kind of annoying in this film, and yeah, Chevy Chase is in this film, and he's even annoying in this film, and I love Chevy Chase. I love him in the vacation movies. I love him on Community. He's not even funny in this film. He's like this reporter guy and stuff, and he could have been, I thought he could have been the show stealer and stuff. Again, I've this movie since I've been a kid. I'm like, I think he's funny in this film. Then I rewatch it, I'm like, no, he's not funny in this film. The only person that's pretty funny is the snowplow man. He's kind of funny. He's barely in the film, but his scenes are kind of funny. The rest of the movie is just kind of annoying and kind of irritating to watch, and it doesn't work. It's not a good movie. It is a pretty stupid movie at that, and kind of creepy at times, and yeah, it was kind of cringy. I was cringing a lot through this film, and yeah, definitely one of Nickelodeon's worst films. Coming in number 3 is a movie I reviewed last year, I think. It was last year or 2 years ago. Last year, yeah. Monster Trucks. Monster Trucks. This movie sucks. Yeah, this movie's bad. It's just basically it's the E.T. stories, but this kid finds this alien, hides himself in a monster truck, and then he's got other alien friends. It's about him trying to get his other alien friends back home and stuff. It's the E.T. story. It's basically ripping off E.T. It has no charm, wit, enjoyability. It has nothing that's smart, profound, or good for kids or adults, so no one should watch it because it sucks. Coming in number 2 is Yours, Mine, and Ours. I'm very excited to talk about this movie because I fucked up a video when I did my Raja Gosnell top 10 worst Raja Gosnell films. I said Smurfs Lost Village, which he did not direct. I meant to put in Yours, Mine, and Ours, which he did direct, and I didn't put in that video. So I couldn't smack talk the fucking movie, so now I can. Raja Gosnell directed this movie. We all know how I feel about Raja Gosnell. He is a shitty filmmaker, and this movie's probably one of his worst films. This is basically the cheaper by the dozen sort of story. It's basically about this guy. He has a lot of kids, played by Dennis Quaid. He falls in love with a girl, played by Renee Russo. She has a lot of kids, and they basically combine their family. And it's got they together have 18 kids. And it's just basically about all of them trying to live together. And it's so painful to watch. The comedy is painful. These characters are super despicable, especially Dennis Quaid's character. What a piece of shit character, and the way he treats some of his kids is fucking despicable. Oh my god. A lot of these characters, I hated these characters. They are either unlikable as shit, or just annoying, or boring. Like, Renee Russo is neither one of those things. She's just boring and uninteresting. So, there was not one character I could enjoy in this film. They were either irritating, or despicable, or just boring and generic in this film. Oh, it's only an hour and 26 minutes, but it feels like 2 hours because these people are just irritating to watch. The comedy sucks. The drama sucks. It's so predictable and cliched. It never takes any risks. It's such a by-the-numbers family comedy that there's no point. You can just watch any other family comedy movie that exists, and this movie just rips it off. And yeah, fucking sucks. And my number 1 worst Nickelodeon movie is, you all know what it is. It's the fucking Last Airbender. What the fuck else would it be? Last Airbender is my least favorite film of all fucking time. It's directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Thank God he's been redeeming himself lately with Split and The Visit and oh, that's it. But still, that's something. And oh, this is one of the reasons why I hated Shyamalan for a long time, because he doesn't know anything about the source material. Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. Just bought the Blu-ray recently. This right here is one of my favorite shows of all time. This cartoon is amazing. It's genius. It's great for kids, adults, for everyone. It's got comedy, action, heartbreak. It's dark, it's light, it's beautiful. Everything about the show is amazing. This movie takes a huge heaping pile of shit on this. And of course, it's the number 1. I've talked about this a lot, so I don't want to rant about it. Everyone knows my thoughts and opinions, but this movie is the worst fucking Nickelodeon movie ever made. So yeah, that was my top 10 worst Nickelodeon movies, in my opinion. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this top 10 list? If not, give me guys top 10 worst Nickelodeon movies in your guys' opinion. Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.